Thank you very much, the organizers and representative from ICAO, for giving us this opportunity to introduce our experience in this field of surveillance. Actually, we have a project for the ADSP to cover the whole Kingdom of Saudi Arabia airspace. And thank you. And just a small background about the airspace of Saudi Arabia. We have about 2 million square kilometers area for the FIR. Some remote areas are in the desert of empty quarter. It's somewhere in this area. I don't know if you can see this. And we have some challenges to deal with this area. There is no infrastructure. The traffic growth in the region or in our airspace is about 6 to 7% yearly. So we estimated that the traffic volume will be doubled by 2030. So just a small introduction about the current situation in the surveillance systems in the Saudi Arabia. We have almost 27 MSSR modus enhancement covering all airspace. And lately we cover the gap, which is in the empty quarter, by 2021, and these projects give us improvement in reliability and availability of the radar services, high integrity for surveillance, and the ATC classes of service provided within this FIR. So the empty quarter challenges has a gap in this area. I don't know if you clearly see it. Okay. And we have a minimum vector altitude in this area about 25,000 feet. So installation is expedited to cover for ADSB part of the project. And we have 2 additional radars covering the gap and 2 ADSB stations, one in area called Zabalaton in the desert and another one called Al Milh. So ADSB's performance is under evaluation compared with the radar in this area. So the objective of the ADSB to meet the ICAO strategy for ASPO, ADSB out system will improve safety, search, and rescue, and capacity, of course, for through the separation reduction and position awareness. To meet GACA also, the GACA is the Saudi Arabia regulatory. So we will be meeting the strategy for a mandating of the ADSB plan. Also providing further improvement for the level of safety and enhance the ATC services within the Saudi FIR. Just a small brief about the concept that we use. We distributed several ADSB grants. We will, actually not yet, but we will do this in the near future to distribute about 21 stations among all airspace to cover the Saudi airspace. And those ground stations are connected to our network in SANS, which is the National Communication Network, and linked with a redundant central processors in Riyadh and Jeddah. And each central processor by itself is redundant, 2 servers in each central processor in each site. The stations at remote area actually linked as a standalone. They are not linked to the central processor because the bandwidth of the VSATs, so we cannot send whole primary information from the ADSB station. So we use the essential data or essential information from this ground stations. So this is the block diagram for the VSAT connections. It is connected through the whole data transmitted to the SANS network through VSAT with about average latency for uplink and downlink 500 milliseconds uplink and 500 milliseconds downlink. So this is the anticipated coverage for the ADSB for whole airspace of Saudi Arabia. And we are meeting there and comply with all standards for the DO260A and D260B. As we said, in the VSAT link is used only for the remote area, which is the empty quarter desert. So to meet the above objective, 21 sites will be equipped with ADSB ground stations. So combined ADSB and MODIS radar coverage. This is the current MODIS ongoing radars are in operation since 2013. Now we will have in the near future, anticipated by 2024, we will have all ADSB ground station deployed and installed in the selected sites. So we have duplicated coverage, fully duplicated for both radar and ADSB to be linked to the ATM system. According to this, as a conclusion and next step, ADSB will enable SANs to optimize capacity and flexibility, of course efficiency, meeting the KPI of ASBO, capacity and safety, assess the current surveillance system for coverage perspective and performance, so we can optimize the number of MODIS. As we mentioned, we have 27 radars. So with ADSB, we are trying to minimize the number of these MODIS stations. So the optimization target is to reduce 25% of them, which is great and achievement, inshallah. Accordingly, we will have a workshop to discuss this target and all stakeholders to assess the situation, so we can reach the optimized target, optimized for the MODIS radars. Thank you very much.